My name is Kayode Omoregie. I'm a senior faculty in finance and business administration here at the Lagos Business School. Essentially, I'm going to be talking to you about a research interest of mine, and it has to do with this concept we call corporate financial intelligence and how it can help organizations improve their performance over time. And this concept is essentially premised on the assumption that a business is essentially a vehicle for creating value for shareholders and other relevant stakeholders in a sustainable and ethical manner. Now, the idea behind this corporate financial intelligence is that irrespective of the domain from which the decision originates, whether it's from marketing, whether it's from operations and strategy or whatever, all business managers take decisions that have a financial implication of the business on the business, and by extension, it has an impact on creating value for the shareholders. And so what corporate financial intelligence tries to help us do is create a scenario where the business in its entirety has that consciousness that everything they do has an underlying financial implication. And so if they have this awareness and then actively puts in place processes, cultures, systems to support the ability of managers to incorporate financial acumen into what they do, then we say a company has corporate financial intelligence. We are also arguing and we believe that companies with high corporate financial intelligence quotient tend to do better than those with lower corporate financial intelligence quotients. Corporate financial intelligence itself has some components, okay, and I'm going to describe those components to you. These components are essentially 5 in nature. They are what we could describe as managerial financial intelligence. We also have what we call key financial performance indicators. We have a top management commitment to the concept of corporate financial intelligence. We also have the institutionalization of policies, cultures, processes that support and enables corporate financial intelligence. And of course, the development of a corporate financial intelligence scorecard to help monitor and communicate this, components from time to time to the entire organization. So what does corporate financial, managerial financial intelligence imply? It implies that the managers of the organization themselves have, irrespective of their responsibilities, have a certain level of financial acumen. In other words, they understand a bit of finance. They can evaluate the financial implications of the decisions that they are making. For example, if you're in marketing, as a manager in marketing, you want to know, for example, what the lifetime value of your customers are. You want to know what the return on your advertising budget is, for example. Okay, you want to know what the cost of customer acquisition is. These are financial metrics that help you understand how effective your marketing function activities are. So that's what we describe as managerial financial intelligence. These are skills and knowledge that can be acquired over time. Beyond that also, the second component is, like we said, key financial performance indicators that are firm specific, not just generic measures, but measures that addresses the specific needs of the business. What this implies is that the organization should think about and have in place firm specific financial indicators that help them monitor how well they are doing in financial terms across all the functions of the business. The third component of corporate financial intelligence is the level of commitment and understanding that the leadership of the organization has with respect to this idea. When the leadership understand the importance of corporate financial intelligence and they're committed to it, and they show this commitment in the level of investment that they put towards helping managers develop the skills and putting in place technologies and processes that support it, then that element captures the drive towards wanting your organization to have a high level of corporate financial intelligence quotient. Beyond that also is the culture they put in place, okay, that supports, that communicates to the rank and file the importance of understanding the financial implications of what you do in the organization. Okay? And we can measure that, or we can notice that in the kinds of budgetary considerations they put towards training their managers, for example, investing in processes and technologies that enables the business to thrive with corporate financial intelligence. If we look at culture as a way of behaving that has become institutionalized. This is the way we do things around here. That becomes our culture. Then a company that before now did not have corporate financial intelligence as part of its culture, as part of its strategy, and so they have not over time embedded that in their culture. Then for them to transition to a process where they have a system where they have corporate financial intelligence, obviously it requires some culture change. And that culture change needs to be driven, of course, from the leadership, from the board, the chief executive and his team must drive that culture. For them to be able to drive that culture, they themselves must have an understanding and appreciation of how important corporate financial intelligence is to performance over time. Hopefully, when they have that in place, then they can then put in place the processes, okay, and they can support the diffusion of that culture across the entire organization. They can put in place budgets that can help managers acquire those skills. They can invest in tools, in skills, in resources, in technology that can help that culture be entrenched into the organization. So yes, there might be a transition for those who don't already have that culture in place, but it's obviously doable. The final element of corporate financial intelligence, like we said, is the corporate financial scorecard, which helps them monitor on a regular basis, on an active basis, communicates to the extent to which the company is being faithful to the concept of corporate financial intelligence. Now, if companies put in place these elements, they monitor it from time to time, we believe that they will see a rise in their corporate financial intelligence quotient, and hopefully that will translate into better performance and better shareholder value.